Hey!
We're the Nintendo Power Couple. Welcome to Funsies and Our Onesies Live.
I'm kicking over water bottles already.
We're off to a good start.
Yes. So Felia's back today.
Yay!
We all missed Felia yesterday during our the solo live stream. We had fun playing Mario Party.
And I really missed you guys. It was so sad, like being at work and knowing that you were streaming and knowing that I couldn't be a part of it. It was very sad, but I'm happy to be back today.
So this was a stream that we were so excited. This was what we were hoping to get out to you guys Tuesday after our appointment. But
we were like rushing home,
editing on the train.
Trying to edit on the train, and of course the computer never does what you want it to do.
Yeah.
When you needed to do something, and then
what happened was we were on the train back from the city, and we were like, let's surprise everybody with like a surprise stream. We're gonna show all of this direct feed footage and talk about the games. And when we were, I had every single video edited to the guidelines that we had to adhere to. And then when I went to go export, I think Pokemon, it was saying it was going to take over an hour. And I was like, if every video was to take over an hour, we're going to be here till 2 o'clock in the morning. So we just couldn't do it. But we ended up having to cancel the stream. We weren't planning on streaming anyways, but we canceled our, like, trying to come back to do it.
Yeah.
Because
when we were coming back, we had all the footage, and we knew what we were going to do with it. So we put out a tweet, and I know some of you
got excited. We're really sorry.
Saw the tweet. So I'm really sorry that we had to cancel that tweet and reschedule everything. But
we probably would have streamed, but everything that we captured was on the laptop, which was chugging through getting all this gameplay out. So we would.
Yeah, we were so amped from the event, like playing the games. Like we were gonna stream anything. Like just say, okay, we'll do the holiday preview on Thursday, but just let's go on and stream. But then the computer was all bogged down with like trying to export all those videos, and the last 2 days you've been like trying to put so many videos up.
You guys know online we've been putting up videos. I think like every couple hours I've been dumping chunks. I think today was Starlink, and it was just like I felt bad because I'm like, Starlink launch, new tweet, launch, new tweet, launch. I just overloading, just
a constant cycle.
And then and then all the Twitch replays went up after that. So it was like anybody who gets like notifications for our videos, and we probably got put to the spam folder today.
It's just like NPC posted,
mute
posted.
NPC.
Yeah.
So So to fill you guys in, on Tuesday we were invited by Nintendo. It was a private event just for us. We had an appointment, for us. It was like every hour different influencers would go in, and they had a whole list of games to showcase to us. There was a lot of developers, producers, and creators that were there too. Like the Pokemon team was there.
Along with Krista from Nintendo Minute.
That's really exciting. Krista was the one that hosted our event, which was funny was I talked to Bill today. Bill had a completely different experience.
Really?
Yeah, Camille hosted Bill's event, and no Pokemon people were there. So we had,
Oh, wow.
We had the Pokemon team there.
I guess it's whoever's available at the time.
I think
because
so.
Everybody's probably extremely busy and working on all kinds of stuff right now because the amount of games that are coming out within the next couple months is crazy.
So it was like a rapid fire thing. It was like
thank you, Nintendo, for inviting us to this private appointment and giving us an opportunity to try these games out and preview your holiday lineup. We are super excited to share it with everybody.
Yes. We're going to start talking about Pokemon. Let's go. So we're going to end up playing the gameplay. If there's any trouble with our audio, let us know in the chat, because I tried to adjust it earlier. So we should be able to the gameplay audio should be lower. We should be fine, so you should be able to hear us. But if you can't, let us know. The demo started out, we could choose between Pikachu and Eevee, but you said play Eevee.
Yeah, of course.
So I got to get some game time with Eevee in. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the gameplay. If you guys have any questions about our experience, we're also talk to you guys about what we thought of it. So I'm going to put that on real quick and let's chat about
Pokemon.
it. And so hopefully the sound is okay for everybody.
Let us know if you have any problems with it.
This intro, I hope, is like the Sega. Like, I hope that stays for Pokemon. I was so excited.
Eevee.
And this is the second time we went through that. And Eevee actually plays around with the screen a little bit more the first time, but when we were recording, we kind of had it sitting for a while we chatted. A lot of the times in this demo, if you see, like, if we're standing still or if we are... if there's anything weird that's happening, we're usually, because we're being talked to by, we're being ushered through this
sort of
demo.
Like guiding us through the process of finding out how to play the game, what the buttons are, how the Pokeball actually feels in our hand, and how you throw it. So we'll talk to you guys a little bit about all of that good stuff.
So real quick, I see for Andy, how's the audio now sound for the for Pokemon? Does that sound a little bit better? Can you? Is it a better mix between the two of us, between us and the game? So this is how we started. I actually thought this was a person to battle, so that's why I ran up to him and ran around him. So you'll see that there's the red aura around the I think it's, how do you pronounce it? I keep forgetting it. Rattata, right? Or yeah, Rattata. So we were talking with Andy earlier about this too, how it does differ from Pokemon Go, and he had a good point about the fact that you're going to see in a moment how when you catch in Pokemon Go, the ring gets smaller, and I guess in Pokemon Go, when you throw the ball, the ring stops. But in this game, the ring continues. So you'll see me miss based on playing Pokemon Go. So a person who's
you're already making excuses for
yeah.
yourself.
So an avid Pokemon Go player might be a little thrown off at the beginning.
It's slightly different, and it takes a couple seconds to get used to it.
And I see for Shadow Knight, we are playing with the Pokeball Plus, which I actually think is the best way to play this game, because it felt completely natural.
And you have pretty big hands, so what's cool was you had it on, and then you put the wrist strap on, and you actually have like a ring finger holder thing that goes over your finger, so it's really secure in your hand, and then you just hold it however is most comfortable for you.
Yeah, there is like that. Yeah, there is that ring finger thing that goes on. That does keep the ball secure.
It's like an extra security that goes along with the wrist strap.
The ball was really cool because the ball vibrates when you catch them. So when you catch a Pokemon, the ball will vibrate. It'll make the Pokemon sound when you catch them in the ball. So that whatever Pokemon you catch, the sound comes from the ball as soon as they're caught. So like you'll see there's going to be a Meowth coming up that you'll hear Meowth in your Pokeball momentarily, which is really cool. And Felia noticed it lights up
another thing
inside of the ball.
That was a new observation for me, because when we got to play it at E3, I didn't actually notice if it did this or not. I don't think it did. Maybe it's an advancement they made between E3 and now. But the Pokeball, around where the little stick is in the middle, it actually turns different colors. So when you catch your Pokemon, it actually like blinks a couple different colors, and then depending on what type of Pokemon it is, it'll change that color at the very end. So if you catch a Pikachu, he's gonna be electric type, and if he's in there, when you roll your ball, you'll see it blink up, and it'll blink yellow to go along with electric type. So I thought that was such a nice addition, along with being actually able to hear your Pokemon in there, that just like, you know, amps up the feeling of really having your Pokemon in this little Pokeball. Well,
I see Shadow Knight's asking, I see Tarek's also asking about the stands. I saw, we didn't get a chance to see the charging stand, but I've seen the pictures online. The charging stand looks amazing. The wireless one that looks like it's like made from the game. The Pokeball Plus, it was small. I felt like it was small for our hands, but that was fine. I was completely fine with that. The control stick, you can also push in the control stick. I think it's for the A button to push in the control stick. Then there's a button on the top of the ball it's part of the ball you can push in. That counts as, I believe, the B button, or I might have had those two reversed. I don't really know which one was which. But basically, if you as you're holding the ball, your index finger is on the top of the Pokeball, and your thumb would be on the control stick, and you're basically pressing both, walking around and pressing between both buttons and maneuvering through the entire game.
But the button that's on top of the Pokeball isn't actually protruding. It's just like a press in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the Pokeball looks fine.
Comfortable.
It looks like an actual, like the Pokeball is, yeah, exactly. It's not a push-out button that ruins the look of the Pokeball. It actually looks and feels like a Pokeball. And then here's our first battle, which we were joking about, like how these guys just wait around the woods, wait for battles. Now, they set up the demo, but they gave us Eevee dressed up already. But you can customize Eevee. We didn't get a chance to customize Eevee in this game. But I was looking through, and I'm like, I think I'm going to go with the Sizzly Slide, because I love the way that move sounded.
And Krista was telling us the way that your Pokemon can actually get dressed up. And basically, it's pretty simple, because you'll end up going to a store where you can buy different types of outfits for your character. So it's not like you have to find these in specific places. It seems like it'll be pretty easy to be able to customize and dress up your Pokemon with you, even if you want them to have matching outfits as you.
Yes, you can do, the haircuts, I thought that was a really cool thing.
I think me and Pikachu are gonna be like twinsies.
And I see for Rangers, I am definitely going for Eevee. That's why I love. This was my favorite thing. So I think Pikachu was the demo we played at E3. So this was great to play the Eevee. So I asked. My question was to them because all the footage we've seen so far has shown the girl trainer with Eevee and the boy trainer with Pikachu, and Krista confirmed that it's not. I wanted to just make sure it wasn't linked to each one because we had not seen any footage, I think, of like the male trainer with Eevee or the female trainer with Pikachu, but you can change your gender on your game too. So if anybody was, if that was a concern anybody had, when they were picking up the bundle, it's totally fine. Like you'll be able to customize completely.
It would feel like a step backward, especially with Sun and Moon having your main character so customizable and being able to do different skin tones and hair and different costumes. I feel like they had to move it forward along that line, and that's exactly what they did.
Now I'm missing completely here. The first time I missed, I guess, and I really thought I was going to lose it.
Yeah, because I think what we expected is the Pokemon to just sit in the middle.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a cool thing where the Jigglypuff kind of like bounces around and you actually have to point your Pokeball in a different direction in real space. It's kind of like if the Pokemon's right in front of you and if it moves, you have to move too.
So this is Jigglypuff, who is awesome, by the way. And when you capture the Pokeball, when you see the Pokeball rumbling in the game, when you see it rumbling back and forth, it's rumbling in your hands. So it even adds to the intensity of watching to be like, okay, did I catch this Pokemon? You feel it in the palm of your hands with the Pokeball Plus, which I thought was a cool addition. So now they're walking us through being able to take another Pokemon out of the ball and have it follow us around, as you guys probably have seen in the demos before. We are taking out, I believe, Charmander.
Yeah.
So now Charmander is following me.
What's great, and they've previewed this before, but we just got to try it out here with Charmander. You can take out any Pokemon you want, and they're sized to what the relative size to a person would actually be. So it kind of like makes the whole feeling of what the Pokemon would be like in real life kind of feel more authentic, because if you had an Onix, he would be huge, whereas your Charmander is still kind of little. And I guess once you evolve these characters, they get bigger alongside you. So I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was nice that you do have Eevee following you, and then you also get a second. So if you have a favorite that's not Pikachu or Eevee, that you can still have them follow you around too, so it adds to...
It's kind of like in the retro, like the original Pokemon cartoon series.
Yeah.
Ash always had Pikachu, and he always had someone else walking around with him, so it's perfect.
So, our thoughts on it, from what I experienced, I actually believe that the Pokeball Plus accessory with this game is the closest you can get to feeling like an actual Pokemon trainer, because there's something about like just holding the Pokeball in your hands, and then when you see a Pokemon, you're trying to you're picking, you throw the Pokeball. You just need to go a little arch like this. You could throw the Pokeball. Then when you catch them, you hear them in the ball. When we were talking with the Nintendo rep who was walking us through the game, he showed you saw in the preview, you could hear Pikachu in the ball. Basically, if you rub it on a table, if you shake it,
roll the ball and give it a little shake, and sounds your Pokemon responds to you as if it's in the ball, which is really cool.
And it's loud. The volume is actually it's not like it's a little thing you hold to your ear. It's loud. It's really nice.
I was surprised that such a small Pokeball would actually have enough sound that you would be able to hear it.
Me too.
We heard it perfectly fine.
So I'm looking real Shadow Knight, I think, no, Ryan, I see it right now. Can you catch the original starters? In the demo that they gave us all the starters, but he said that's not how the game was going to be. They kind of loaded us up with all the starters at once,
so we can try out everybody.
So I don't know for sure, because I also believe in the demo that we played, I think it was the same way at E3, the demo. So I don't know if you're going to be able to find a wild Charmander or not. I'm assuming if the story relies on basically you getting Pikachu or Eevee as your starter, and then you go out into the world, it should be accessible to be able to get a Charmander in the wild.
Yeah. I hope you're able to with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I hope in individual games you're able to get all, like, the 3 of them.
I hope so, yeah.
Otherwise, we'll have to do some trading.
Yeah, well, that was great. With the community here, we could trade with everybody. We'll have nights where we just all trade Pokemon.
Hey, it worked before, Lord Drag.
And I see Belle. Hey, welcome to the chat, Belle.
Hi.
I see that you accidentally pressed the back button while using the Pokeball. Yeah, I could see that because it is going to be, your hand is going to be resting on that button the whole time. So if you do decide to push into it, it could be... another thing I was thinking of, which we never were able to figure out yet, was that sometimes the menus also show like the Y button and stuff. So I don't know how you would access that with the Pokeball Plus.
They didn't let us do everything for sure. So there's still lots more to discover. But we're happy for what we got to check out.
Let's Go will launch on November 16th. So there's going to be, we got to see the boxes.
Really soon. That's right before your birthday, November 20th.
Yes.
So maybe that'll be your birthday present. I don't know.
Birthday stream Pokemon.
Birthday stream, yeah.
We also got to see the boxes for all the games. So we got to see the bundle boxes, and funny enough, you pointed out they had taped the back of the box,
like
all the information.
You would usually see screen captures and information of the game.
Was
they actually
blacked out,
taped
like...
it, so we couldn't actually look at the information, the detailed information. But you know, you got to keep some magic until the 16th.
So we also, I know that they also said in the trailer too, but Mew is a Pokemon that you will get in the Pokeball Plus. So when you get a Pokeball Plus, it automatically comes with Mew. To add to your collection, and there's going to be that integration with Pokemon Go.
You automatically bring Mew out and have him like float around with you, right?
That's what the first thing I'm doing.
Plan.
So I'm really thrilled for this game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be great that we're going to be able to play it together and trade and battle, and even with you guys, we'll be able to trade and battle. I saw in the chat you guys were asking about talking about how we felt about like not battling wild Pokemon. I actually didn't mind it. I thought I would have minded it before we played the demo, even at E3. But my personal thoughts is that I didn't miss it because I felt like I wasn't wasting as much time in the game. You know, when you see the wild Pokemon, there's a lot. I mean, as you guys saw in the demo, there's a lot of Pokemon walking around.
I really like that you actually see the Pokemon walking around, because that actually saves a lot of time with having to like walk through the grass and hope that you get a certain Pokemon. You can actually see it and run to it.
And avoid it. You could avoid it too in the grass.
Them, yeah, especially like the Pokemon that has the blue or the red aura around it. If you want the bigger size ones or the smaller size ones, you can specifically go look for those and not have to fight like 10,000 Pokemon just to get that one guy. Yeah,
no more 30 Zubats you got to fight in a cave. You could, I mean, but as you guys saw in the demo too, they do chase after you. I think it was Rattata chased after me at first.
And I don't know if you guys noticed it. There's one point, was it a Pidgey you were running after to go fight, and then he just flew away? So they can fly away from you.
Well, that was in the room. Krista goes, go for the blue Pidgey. So I went to go run for the blue Pidgey, and then that's when you see the Rattata came out and attacked me, and then when I beat him, Pidgey flew away. So it was like, and we were laughing like, oh, there that goes.
So I'm thinking probably like Pokemon that are rare Pokemon will probably be ones you have to like try to get immediately, and they'll probably be more likely to run away, because that's the one thing that's a mystery, because in previous games you would just run around and hope for the chance, the odds of finding it, but now you'd be able to see it and then go after it. So I guess the trick will be getting it before it disappears.
I also see I saw the good question about Pro Controller support. We haven't played with the Pro Controller. I know they show you in the little screen before you go to catch the Pokemon. They show you them using a single Joy-Con as a playable thing to throw. I don't know for sure. That is a great question, if you can use the Pro Controller or not. I know in the menus they do, as we said before, they refer to like the Y button and stuff. So maybe there will be a way that the Pro Controller would be supported.
We'll do some research and come back to you guys on that one. That's a really good question.
Because I think there is, because there's also not because if you're in handheld mode, there's no motion control. Like you can also just like move the stick and throw the ball. You can decide with buttons. So if you can decide buttons on handheld mode without having to like physically throw a ball, I think you'd be able to. I would almost say it would be crazy not to have it be Pro Controller support. But
good
the only
question, and we will try to find out.
Hey, Brody, welcome.
Hi, Hi guys for joining in.
The HD Rumble in the Pokeball Plus, I thought was fantastic. It feels like there's a Pokemon living inside the ball.
Especially with the sound coupled with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you have the sound. Oh, Belle, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Thank you.
I heard something. Thank you so much.
Thank you. When you feel the ball rumbling, it feels like it's rumbling in your hand, matching what's on the screen. And then when you catch something, you hear the Pokemon calling out from the ball, and then it lights up.
And then it lights up the type of Pokemon that you just got.
Gives you a nice, realistic feeling.
And I like how you guys will see once you get your hands on the Pokeball. It's really cool how the light just comes in just around where the
center would be where the thumbstick would be. The center,
the thumbstick. Like, it just glows a little bit. It's nothing like crazy bright, but it's just like it glows a nice color softly, and it just brings everything a little bit more alive. I really love it.
So I see Lord Drex talking about we were joking about spamming Twitter earlier, but he was spamming our YouTube inbox all day. No worries, because we were talking passionately all day about Starlink. So we're gonna move to Starlink right now. Which is right around the corner. It comes out October 16th, so it's next Tuesday, I believe, right?
Yeah, so soon.
And so we'll show you real quick first before we jump into the gameplay. We got to play with the toys. So that is our build. We ended up going a little crazy playing with the R-Wing, and we just snapped everything onto it we could on the table.
In the picture, you can see there's like 3 different types of weapons on each side. And what I was really impressed with the toys is the fact that it's so easy. And when I say so easy, I mean it's so easy.
Really easy.
To just snap on whichever type of weapon you want to snap on. And it doesn't have to be even on each side. You can literally
put
weigh
your vehicle on one side
and then 3 on the other, and there's a little port that connects them all into each other, and you can literally like swap around the range, swap around which one goes on the bottom, which one goes on the top. Everything is so smooth.
It was really easy. You can actually, I mean, we were surprised that you can stack weapons on weapons, because I thought it would be like 1 weapon per wing and you're done, but the fact that you could add the ice weapon and then put a fire weapon on top of it, it looks like, we were joking, it looks like he did a barrel roll through a junkyard and just picked up everything.
And the second super coolest thing is the fact that you put Fox, or you put your character on the base, and then you literally put the ship over it, and there it goes. If you look really hard, you can actually see Fox in the cockpit right there. Can you see it? How beautiful is he?
That was my favorite part of this, was seeing Fox McCloud in the cockpit. And when they have like a little TV dinner tray full of all the toys, and when the Starlink team brought that over, I was like a kid in a candy store. I just was like, I didn't know if I could touch anything, and I was like, can I play with them? And when he said, yeah, I'm like, deal. And I grabbed the R-Wing and like started putting weapons on top.
While you were playing, I was actually swapping on weapons for you on each side like a crazy person.
Yeah, we'll show you guys right now in the demo. You'll see like halfway through the wings start like I think it was on the co-op part, right?
Yeah.
The wings start getting like heavier on each side. Felia, as I'm holding the controller playing, Felia is snapping random weapons on each side. So you'll see like random weapons popping up on the wing. And Fox actually reacts, like the R-Wing reacts to the weight. So like when the weapon comes on, you'll actually weigh to the left or to the right a little bit. So
and you'll see, it's hard to tell here, but I was kind of really impressed with the amount of detail that they put into these little characters. When you see Fox and the other characters separately from the ships, they're pretty small, but I feel like they're a good size where they feel like a nice little action figure, but at the same time, there's a lot of detail in them. And like there's texture and really detailed coloring on it. I was really impressed with that.
And the controller actually feels nice. Like I played using the R-Wing on the controller, and you don't even notice, like I was worried that it would feel like bulky with the figure on it, but the figure doesn't, it doesn't feel bulky having a ship on top of the controller.
Definitely.
But we can also confirm that there are other control types. So you could actually, with it being a digital download, you can play with a Pro controller, which we did in co-op. There's regular Joy-Con without needing the vehicles. The vehicles can be digital if you scan them in, so you don't even need to play like what you're seeing right now if you don't want to. If you just want to use a Pro controller, you can go Pro from the beginning.
You can literally get everything digitally if you don't want to have the physical toys. So let's show you guys. some of this footage that we got to play and see, it was all just too amazing.
This is where the Ubisoft rep. This was like, I was.
Look at his fur.
I feel like Andy's smiling the same way on your end of the computer right now. Like this, when I saw this for the first time.
Look at his beautiful fur. He's so gorgeous.
This was the Ubisoft rep for Starlink. I think he was the creative director, the producer of it. He had put in Star Fox into the controller, and this is what the animation comes up with when you lock it in. And now you're seeing he put the R-Wing on, and he's automatically in the game. And this is this is Fox McCloud. This is the beginning of one of the levels, I believe. It's gonna cut. They skip through the cutscenes, so there's gonna be no cutscenes, and that's why you'll see the hard edit in a second. Does the ship get in the way of the controller pressing buttons? No, it doesn't. I forgot that the vehicle was on the controller as I was playing, so I actually didn't even notice it.
Yeah, it's interesting. You don't even feel like that much of an extra weight. At least I didn't notice. Maybe I was just too excited about it. And I will admit, Star Fox is more your thing.
Oh yeah.
I played, was it Legends? The one where... Adventures, where he like goes on the planet and there's Crystal. I really loved that one because it felt kind of like a Zelda game, because there was a lot of like on-planet exploration.
Yeah.
So I like that as well. So I knew you were super excited for anything that had a ship and anything that had Star Fox in it. So I would say my excitement for it was about a 6. I was excited to see what the game was going to be.
And Belle likes Avengers too.
But right? But I wasn't like ecstatic about the game because I knew that it wouldn't be like my type of game. But I gotta say, once we did this preview, I am like, my level of excitement has increased to full capacity. I am now fully excited for this game and really can't wait to try it out. It looked so gorgeous.
Well, this is what you're going to see now is the on-planet level. So I guess whatever happens in the cutscene, Fox ends up stranded on the planet. So there's 2 different ways to play this game. You're going to be flying through the skies, or you can pretty much light speed right into a planet. If you guys saw our original demo we played at E3, you like shoot from the sky, and that's how you kind of like enter the orbit of a planet. So now we're on the planet, and we're going to try to repair our ship in this demo. We're taking a look around and everything. So right now, I think the Ubisoft guy is playing right now, and he's switching off wings for us, showing us the toys. So right now he's literally just snapping on other pieces, and it happens. Yeah, I wish Andy that was me.
You get a chance later on.
Yes,
at this
once
point,
we're on the ground.
Yeah. At this point, I think he was more just explaining to us how it works and just showing us how easy it is to pop on any wings that you want, any weapons that you want, and just show us how easily it pops into the game. I really like that you kind of see like almost a blueprint of what the weapon's going to end up looking like, and then it pops in immediately.
For the space battle, it was the gentleman from Starlink was playing. I was like salivating, waiting to get hands-on time with it, watching this. So what he's showing you right now is they tell you the recommended weapons to destroy, guys. They told us that everything out of the starter pack, there's nothing hidden behind a paywall. You can beat the entire game with the starter pack. There's no content hidden behind needing other vehicles or characters or whatnot.
Which I really loved. Because back in the day, we loved Skylanders. Full disclosure, we loved Skylanders.
Yeah.
But one of the things that really bothered me at one point was the fact that they started locking certain content behind having to have a certain character or a certain element. And then if you didn't buy more characters, you wouldn't be able to get that content. And I was so happy to hear when they told us that you can literally explore everything and get everything with the starter pack. And he did say there is some areas that might be harder because there's some strategy you can use. In one point here, he shows us like if you double up using an ice move to freeze someone and then you use a fire move to blow them up, it might make it easier. So there are points where the enemies might be easier to overcome if you have certain weapons. but at the same time, you can still do it. It's not necessary to get the content. It's not locked behind having to have a certain thing.
And I see. Ryan said, "Is it wrong to be triggered that the R-wing does not have the R-wing wings on it?" When we switch to co-op, I think
okay.
I put the wings back on. So he's showing us right now. Here's the map. The entire planet map is spherical. You explore the entire planet. What you see is what we've explored so far, but you can go full around the entire globe as he's showing you and explore. So that's why the map, I think there's what, 7 planets or 9 planets. That's what you're going to get to explore. You can fly around each planet, leave the planet, go through space, battle, and find another planet, and that's how you chart out your adventures.
And he was saying there's a little bit of a guide of story points that you need to hit, but he was also saying you can explore as much as you want. Like, you can go to whichever planet you want at any point. It's kind of up to you.
So it reminds me of Breath of the Wild a little bit in the fact that it seems like there's story places to go to, but exploration isn't linear. It's not a linear game. He said it is a space open world game. Which
is awesome, because with Breath of the Wild, and I think with this too, we'll end up having 2 completely different experiences, all for the same game.
What you're also going to see now, we're going to be switching in a second to the co-op mode. You can play co-op out of the box. I think we could essentially play as both R-Wings if we wanted to, but I think he said there's a second vehicle they include in a non-R-Wing vehicle digitally, I think, that's included in the starter pack.
Yep, I think we'll see it at some point. I'll show it to you guys. When we're doing co-op, it's in there as the second player.
So we're switching to co-op. So now he's bringing in his co-op. So he's got complete control over this right now. Now I have the control of the R-Wing. He's picking his character. Now the characters do have special moves that they can only do. So like Fox McCloud's special move is being able to call in Team Star Fox. So this guy right here, Judge, can do, I missed it. I think Judge can slow down space, I think. So now he's picking his vehicle. These are all the digital vehicles they have loaded into the game. So he's picking a vehicle he wants to play with us in co-op mode right now. And then he can decide the wings. You could add the weapons digitally to your ship. Because he's playing Pro Controller right now.
Yeah.
So when he jumps back into the game, I'm back as the R-Wing. Because while he was doing that, I'm like, give me the R-Wing wings back.
And this is your automatic second player ship that you see in 2-player.
Yes. And right now, I know Andy was talking to, I was talking to Andy about it online. It is, you are tethered to your other player. And when I don't know how much the tether is or if it's going to be changed. Because when we were talking to him during the game, he was saying that you can both explore the planet, and then there's a quick warp button, I believe he was talking about, that warps you to the other player if you get lost as they're trying to find everybody over the world. So
I'm curious to see how far, even though you're tethered, how far you can actually go. Because I also see Shadow Knight was asking, is this open world? And he did explain it as open world.
Yeah, he said it's going to be an open world. You get the entire planet's explorable, and all the planets are explorable completely all around the globe. You circle around that globe multiple times, exploring every nook and cranny.
It's like exploring an actual planet, which is fantastic.
And then once you fly back into space, you're in space traveling to the planets. And in our first video with E3, there was like that light speed that we warped to that really like the whole screen warps as you're gunning towards a ship. You're hitting that like atmosphere where your ship catches on fire. So it was really, really cool to get a little. I think we only had like 5 minutes back then. This was cool to have a little bit more time on this.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I was dying. I know he put on a co-op, but you got to play, and I didn't get to try this one out, and I was kind of dying inside. Every time I saw like how beautiful the game looks, and the fact that we can play co-op and we can explore, different areas and work together, this is going to be so much fun.
Well, real quick before this ends, as you see, the Star Fox's R-Wing does have a lot of junk on it now. We have a lot of different weapons on it.
Yeah.
That was, Felia was literally stacking weapons next to me while we were playing, so now you see, like, and they just snapped right in. Like, it wasn't like the game stopped and had to load up anything. It just popped up right on. Co-op is really cool to me too, because I feel like it's, especially if you're sticking together, it's great because the areas are hard to beat. So it's like it's a cool thing to join forces. The yellow marker we're flying to now is the next story point. So like it was, we both could see on our individual maps where to go. The red you see right now is the tether, and I believe he's going to snap to me in a second because I think I went faster than him, or maybe it was before. If you go faster, and break the tether. Player 2 looks like it always teleports to player 1. I really wanted to play this with Felia, with you. I wanted to play this.
I was dying.
So let's. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. So that was Starlink. Let me just look at the chat real quick.
Are you guys as excited about this as we are? I gotta say, like, they had it on a big screen and it looked beautiful. From the time they showed that little cutscene of Fox and the fur and the detail and the like expression on his face, I was super amped. And then to see the levels, and they look just so beautiful. So much character and atmosphere in how they designed the levels. I'm looking right now, a great question. I see 2 great questions on there right now.
Shadowman says, how does co-op work? You need to get 2 mounts. You don't. It looks like I saw online on Ubisoft's website today, they do sell a separate mount controller. So you can buy 2 mounts if you and a buddy want to both play and you want to have that authentic, like locking vehicles with, you know, the ships on the controller. You can buy 2 mounts.
You can have 2 R-Wings, actually, if you wanted to.
Yeah, you could have, you know, but you could have 2 separate controllers. Or, in what we played was where I had the controller with the mount, and he had the Pro controller, and that's why sometimes you saw a cut to the menu. He was going into the menu, adjusting the wings. You can adjust the wings, you can add and take out everything. You could switch your character based on through a menu only as well. So that's how you're going to be able to play digitally, so you don't have to bring your toys with you. You scan your toys into the game, so you can pick up your Switch on the go, play handheld mode on the train, and be able to switch out to Star Fox, R-Wing, put the fire lasers on, and be able to play traditional Starlink without having to carry all the toys in your pocket.
Yeah, because we've actually talked to other gamers out there who don't like collecting the physical stuff as much because they play a lot in transit while they're commuting, and sometimes, you know, having physical copies of things isn't as convenient. So it's perfect because we collectors who like having the stuff can actually have all the toys and all the physical things, but there's a completely equal it's like the same exact thing for people who just want digital, sorry.
Yeah, because I mean, look at that. I mean, wouldn't you want that on your shelf? That's so at least you and I believe the mount comes with the starter pack too, so it's like out of the starter pack you'll have enough to be able to play 2-player. It is not currently online. It is strictly local split screen multiplayer. You're not going to be able to play online. We're hoping that there's going to be some update in the future where we can play online. Like, it would be great to play online, or to play, like, you know, I know Andy was saying earlier about playing where it's like, you know, wirelessly between 2 switches, so each switch has your own screen. There's no tethering involved, so you can both explore the same planet but farther. But look, Fox McCloud and an R-Wing. It's Fox McCloud and an R-Wing.
How beautiful is that?
That was my favorite part, was like because I think you put the R-Wing on him, I think, right? You set it up, and then you looked and you were like, he's
just in there. How cool is that? It's like a slightly smaller size to the amiibo, right? Like 2/3.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, they were pretty.
Amiibo?
He was pretty small, but like you were saying earlier, he seemed smaller. But then when you put the ship on top of him, you're like, okay, and the ship didn't seem too bulky either. But somehow it all worked.
The size comparison to everything worked out really well, I feel like. Especially like once you're adding all the different weapons on the side, it seems like, oh, I'm going to add 3 weapons, but they're all really proportional, so it doesn't seem like super bulky, like this huge thing that you're holding on a controller.
See, Andy's asking, after handling the toys, are we going to be buying more of everything? I don't know. I mean, I'm still, after like our experience with Skylanders, I'm totally for waiting on deals. I think
we're definitely getting the starter pack.
The starter pack we're gonna get, and if there's ever a deal where like they have like buy one get one free, or like any like big deals like that on, or discounts on the weapons or characters, maybe in the future, we would, which would be cool. If they put out like Falco, Slippy, we're doing that.
I know for sure we're gonna want all the stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like actually getting it at full price. Maybe we'll wait till there's a deal. Because even with the Skylanders, we used to like, they had like buy one get one free, or like Even buy one get one 50% off. Like there are deals that come up, so I think we're gonna have to wait on those deals. But I do think we'll be getting all the extra stuff because it is really cool to just like add on your weapons.
Well, even I saw Belle was asking earlier about do we like Disney Infinity? We actually bought Disney Infinity when Toys R Us was closing. I think it was $1.25 for the starter pack.
Yeah,
like the full starter pack for the Wii U, and we got Skylanders for the Switch for $5 and a whole bunch of Skylander vehicles for I think they were like 20 cents a piece. I mean, of course, that was because the store was closing down at the time, but like for under $10, we had the amount of stuff we had that the Skylanders would have been $75. It would have been $75 for Disney. Vehicles were $15 each. So it's like when you.
And the stores always have deals, especially with the holidays. Around the holidays, like they're trying to get you to buy at their store. So I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities to get stuff on a little bit of discount where it's worth like, okay, I won't wait till it's clearanced out, but it's low enough now that I feel like it's definitely worth the purchase.
And I see a question for Andy, actually, because I see he made a good point about, like, exclusive figures at full price, or, like, if they have any limited figures. Do we know for sure, has there been any confirmation on any exclusive characters or, like, any limited edition items yet? Because I've been trying to avoid looking at, like,
any spoilers.
I mean, even looking at, like, the toys. I'm like, I don't want to get lured into it, so I've been avoiding looking at it. But because they haven't said anything yet that I know of, but I'm curious if you know if there is going to be, like, you know, a character that's a Target exclusive pilot.
Andy's saying GameStop has one right now, one exclusive ship.
So then we could be seeing.
Man.
Okay. So at least that way we know now that there's that's what's probably going to happen.
We'll have to see what that ship looks like to decide.
Do you guys have any questions about Starlink that we didn't cover? I'm trying to think if there's any other points that we didn't cover. It's a spherical map. It's open world. You're in the space on the ground. Multiple
you can easily boost up out of your planet and go into space and fly. It's all seamless.
Akita, thank you for the bits. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Also, like I said, the characters having special abilities and being able to stack your weapons to be able to do combos was a new thing that I didn't know about. Like you said, the fact that he demonstrated in the demo that to freeze somebody, then hit them with a fire to blow them apart. Like that's so you could actually think about how you want to.
Which is gonna make you want to get all the other toys, because then you can like play around with different strategies. Although it's not necessary to actually beat the game, so that's good.
And you saw
we have options.
And you saw too in the demo when they showed. The fact that it tells you, like, these enemies are weak to this, this, and this. So if you don't have those weapons, you can still defeat that enemy, but it's going to be a lot easier with the weapons that they showcase. So that's something to keep in mind. But I'm really excited for Starlink, and I really am jealous. Like, I know a lot of outlets are getting their copies to, like, review and stuff, and showcase.
Ubisoft, if you're out there, we really want Starlink.
I was stalking our mailbox today and I looked at the window for the UPS guy being like, come on, deliver us the package. I want to play Starlink. So we're hoping to get it early, but if not, we'll be picking up our pre-order on Tuesday and playing nonstop.
Either way, by Wednesday we'll have it.
Yes.
Maybe that'll have to be our Wednesday stream next week.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to have to show you guys all of it.
So we're going to jump into the next game, which is Diablo 3. We're going to show you guys some footage. Felia played this one, actually.
I destroyed it.
Yes, you did. So let's jump in. So now this is the version that this is the Switch version. Ganondorf was not playable. His armor set was not playable when we
But I am super excited for Ganondorf, and apparently he's gonna have a little pet cuckoo.
Yes.
So that's gonna be awesome.
So right now we're Felia's getting set up in her game.
Yeah, I just clicked through real quick so you see what the character options were.
So this is the Eternal Collection. This is gonna be coming out November 2nd, so it is right around the corner as well. Oh, bye. I see Belle's leaving. Bye, Belle.
Belle. I got a lot to talk about the boxing game. I'm super excited.
Yes. We'll let you know what part in the chat it is in the video later.
Yeah.
So you can jump right to it. So thank you for subscribing, and thank you for joining us tonight. Have a good night, Belle.
Have a good night.
Bye. So this is Felia jumping in. I think you were a level 70, so they gave you like godlike powers from the beginning. And right now, Joshua from Blizzard is walking us through the game as Felia is playing.
So you'll see I'm kind of just like getting used to what the controls are, because I've never played a Diablo game before.
Me neither,
was
actually.
Completely new to me. But I gotta say it was fun, especially with my godlike powers.
Yeah, because look, I mean, that guy just got destroyed. Like, you have all your raining meteors from the sky. You're doing these lasers right through people. I thought the game looks really good, like very polished. Is it MOBA controls? I actually don't know. I don't know. This is the type of game that we're very new to. Like, we were playing on our channel Victor Grand, which is another type like this. I don't want to sound like uninformed, but I think it's action RPG, right? Is that what these are? Is an action RPG, I think?
Yeah, we just haven't. I think. Would you consider Gauntlet a game like this? Would that be considered an action RPG?
I don't know.
I think that might have been the last one of these types of games that I've played. Not that I'm against it. It's just I just haven't in a long time.
Well, we requested a review copy of this because we want to get more into it.
Yeah, they're so much fun, especially that we can play together.
Yeah, you can play up to 4 players on one Switch, right? I think it was. You can play 4 players on one Switch, I think. Yeah, because we can play together. He said, okay, yeah. I'm just trying to think, because they gave us a lot of information. You can play 4 on one Switch. You can also play 4 Switches all jumping into the same game locally, or you can go online. And he said also, thanks to the Nintendo Online service, if you don't have your Switch with you, you can load up your character through the Nintendo Online service onto somebody else's console. So if you go to a friend's house and you want to pick up where you left off or bring your character in, but you don't have your game with you, you can load up. I'm not sure how that works, if it's through like having your cloud save, or if there's a feature within Diablo that actually does that or not. But you'll be able to actually bring your character over. So I thought that was a really cool touch, which I liked. So right now Felia is destroying the place. Going kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was enjoying the godlike powers, just blasting through everything and everyone. Because trust me, usually these games are not this easy.
Yes, he warned us. He said that this is basically, we're just getting like the special treatment right now because in the full game, of course, we have to earn this. We have to level up, of course, to get to this point. But this is...
he was just letting us like try out a little bit of the handling and see what the graphics are like and see what the game is a little bit like.
And he also mentioned that each little area you go into is always changing. So you could have a full playthrough of a dungeon, go back to that dungeon next time, and the layout is completely different. So as we're playing this on the map, he didn't recognize where we were because it was a new map to him too. Because even though he works on the game, it's a new creation that's happening in real time. So
which I love, because it makes it that much more fun, especially if you play it by yourself and then you want to play it like with a loved one or a friend. You can actually go back and then play something completely new.
Yeah. So we're playing through right now. And it was kind of hard for you, right? Because sometimes there were dead ends. You went to some dead ends in the game.
Yeah, but what's great is there's actually a map. I think maybe our NPC logo is covering it. But there's a small map that's on the corner of the screen. It was just a little glary in the room, so it was hard to see the map. But there's a little like outline of the corners of the room. So if you get into a spot that's kind of like all blocked off, you'll be able to see it and then know to like backtrack and then find your way out. So you're never going to be like stuck in a dark room with all corners and not know where to go. Like right there, I just looked at the map and I saw that there was an exit at that point.
Yeah, look at you destroying everything. It's like nothing. You
it
guys,
was fun.
I'm surprised that they're out. Yeah, right.
I think I'm gonna be sad playing it normally.
And yes, I see Ryan just asked if we like Doctor Who. Yes, we are Doctor Who fans.
We're Whovians?
Is that the word for Whovians?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this because I think it's a good game that we can actually play together, which I really like. So I think it's going to be a cool game that we could actually like once I said it was split screen, if we both get 2 copies and play on 2 Switches only, it would have been tough. But the fact that Felia and I can sit down and actually go through the dungeon and play this together, I think is going to be really great. And yes, killing a massive. So
yeah, I was just kind of ripping through all these people. It was really fun. Just stand in the middle and like like destroy it.
I see Lee said he used to play Diablo 3 nonstop on his Mac. I think we always, growing up, I never really had like a powerful computer. So I think for me, like we never had like the computer games like Quake and stuff. Counter-Strike. There's a lot of like classic computer games I've never really gotten into because our computers growing up were never
Even, like,
strong enough.
Awesome games like Warcraft and stuff like that. I haven't had the opportunity to play those games, and I think it's the same thing. I've never had a strong computer that can like handle that.
So now we're gonna actually get into it now because look, I mean, let's
bring all of these games on the Switch, and I'll be happy to play them.
That's I like that.
You'll see. Yep, those were like huge monsters, and I just ripped through that little spot. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, like nothing.
Like
I like that. So that was Diablo 3. It's gonna have that will have, I think so far all the games we talked about so far are gonna be has physical releases, which I like. It's not just a digital game.
Coming out on November 2nd, so that's coming out real soon.
It'll hold you over till Pokemon. It's like, it's a really busy holiday lineup, you know, because you're gonna have,
You'll have a couple days to play until Pokemon on the 16th, so I don't know, it's gonna be, it's the perfect time for the holiday season when you're staying home and you're going to visit family and you're just chilling at home because it's cold. So, Nintendo's really setting us up for a good winter, I think.
We actually, I see real quick in the chat about Doctor Who, we have not seen the new episode yet, so no spoilers. We haven't seen, I can't wait to see her as the new Doctor, but we haven't actually gotten to watch it.
We
missed a lot.
After Matt Smith as the Doctor, we haven't seen anything past that.
We have to catch up.
So we actually have a lot to catch up on.
So we're gonna, before we go into Smash, I want to talk about Civilization 6 real quick, because we had a little bit, we didn't really have hands-on time with Civilization 6, and there's no direct capture allowed for it, but we got to see it.
Totally under wraps. We wish that we could show it to you. It looks like a super interesting game.
Which comes out on the same day as Pokemon, on the 16th, so you have Civilization, Pokemon, and Diablo all within 2 weeks of each other.
So basically, what would you call Civilization 6? What is
like a sim, like almost like an open sim game? I don't know what. Does anybody know what it would be the like the actual term for a Civilization game? Because we never really played Civilization. I think for the same reasons, for like not having a strong computer. Back in the day. And
if you guys haven't played it before, basically I'll try to explain it a little bit. It's basically like you're building up your own civilization. So you start at a certain time, in
the Stone Age. You're starting literally in the Stone Age.
And then you have your map and it's fully unexplored. And you're basically trying to get your guys to explore the world slowly and set up a civilization. So as you play, you actually jump through time and you meet other civilizations, other societies that are within the world map. And you're going to have to decide whether you fight them, whether you work with them.
Would you fight them?
Maybe I think I would have to fight them, right?
I didn't want to say it in the meeting, but I'm like, I'm gonna be like just the crazy guy who's like wiping out everything and just being like, this land is mine.
Send your army out and try to like conquer as much as you can of the planet.
Now, did they mention you could? I think they said you could skip ahead too if you wanted to. So if you wanted to start in like the Middle Ages, if you don't want to do the Stone Age, you can start ahead in the Middle Ages, so you can jump around ahead through time and start your game from there.
Yeah, so if you don't really like the past times and it's a little bit boring, you can actually jump further ahead.
Yeah.
And what was really cool and surprising, because I hadn't seen Civilization before, they actually have Sean Bean narrating a lot of the games. So like your menus and as they talk about stories,
really cool.
There is Sean Bean like talking to you through the whole thing. You feel like you're in Lord of the Rings again or something.
Now there is online play. You could play online. You could also play locally. Switch to Switch, but there is no multiplayer on a single Switch. That's what we learned.
Yes.
But you can play. So if you want to get friends together, you can all get into a room and have your switches together and play Civilization together.
It seems like one of those games that you definitely sort of like start out playing casually and then slowly it takes over your whole life and it's all you want to be doing. Like building, hey. Hi!
Hey, Pupster, welcome!
Building your civilization, attacking other civilizations. And one of the really cool things that they told us and they showed us during the demo was if you battle another army, but you have a dog with you, even if the army gets destroyed, the dog never gets hurt.
The dog runs away.
That was like the sweetest thing.
They said there's no dogs getting injured in the game.
Pets
so
were harmed in the making of
so
this game.
The dogs will literally run away and get away.
It's something little, but I like it. Yeah. I'm happy about that.
So it's something that, I mean, you know, if we end up getting a copy of it, we'll jump into it and try. And I don't know if it's hard to tell, like, if we'd get suckered into it or not, like, if we'd sink hours in. I mean, I also felt the same way with Vostok. And then Vostok Inc., once we started playing, it was like...
Then you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, whoa, how did that happen?
And I see Lee was saying that he sunk in so many hours into it on his Mac, so I think, and the fact that we didn't get a chance to really play it ourselves, we didn't get any hands-on time with it, I'm really curious to play it myself.
And try it out, yeah. Maybe that's a game that we can actually share the time spent building the civilization. Like, we could probably work on, I know together. You're like, I don't know about that. I want to make my own civilization. But that would be pretty cool if we, like, built this up together. Yeah. Like, our own co-op.
That would be cool. I agree.
I hear it in your voice already. You want your own civilization. It's fine.
I wanted to go to war with you.
I'll take my ideas out of here.
I wanted to go to war.
Never mind. No more co-op.
So, speaking of competitiveness, we're going to go into Smash Brothers Ultimate right now.
I tried to do something nice.
So, we're going to go into Smash Ultimate. We're going to show you guys, it's quick. It's just 2.5 minutes. We're not allowed to show you guys the level select, the character selection. We even kind of saw the home screen icon by accident, so we can't. But we can't
show you.
But we can.
I'm gonna send it through my mind waves to you.
But we
Hopefully
can
you saw the image.
show you the 2 minutes and 30 seconds after go, and then we can't show you the victory screen.
I see Ryan's like isn't sharing better together.
So I'm gonna show you guys the match now. I'm Fox McCloud. You play as Breath of the Wild Link. And Krista is Bowser in this.
Bowser.
So Krista, Doug Bowser.
Dark Bowser.
Oh, listen, Doug Bowser. So Krista is Dark Bowser in this. So this is our match for Smash. And we do have to say that this is a demo build of the game and not the final product. So what you're seeing is a demo build of Smash. So I know Andy, Lord Dreg, has also played the demo, so I'm curious if what you see too is probably familiar to what you played. I think this is the E3 demo, honestly, because I feel like there was the roster was the same, and so was everything I think that we experienced so far in it. So I'm gonna say that this might have been the E3 demo. I had a lot of fun with it.
Definitely. We didn't get to try any of the newer characters like Isabelle from Animal Crossing, which I was kind of really hoping to try out.
The latest was basically from E3. It was Inklings, I think, were the only ones on there.
Yeah, the Inklings were there, but I didn't torture myself with the Inklings because
it takes a while
I think
to
it
learn.
takes a while to get used to their moves, and we only had a couple minutes to try the demo out.
And speaking of taking some time to learn, Ed, we are playing the Pro Controllers, which isn't not my preference, but I know we were talking online. I was talking to Andy about it on YouTube, in the comment section and stuff about it. I think that once we learn the button layout for the Pro Controller, it's probably going to be just fine. But every time we've played so far, when we had a Pro Controller, we just kind of jumped into a match. So you'll see us jumping off the cliff, and like if you're thinking like, oh, why didn't he just like dash back to the edge? It's like we're literally trying to figure out what's the dash button, and then we end up hitting the wrong button.
I think at one point on our second match, I got a Smash Ball, and I didn't actually know how to use it.
Yes,
so
you did.
I was like, wait, how do I use this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Krista was like, just stand there and press B.
I think even the person who's playing as Pikachu, he had a Smash Ball at one point and just stood there too, because we did not know how to launch that.
So all to say, like, forgive us constantly jumping off the edge.
Yeah.
We're just learning how to play it.
So you also saw earlier we had Bomberman show up as our assist trophy, and Bomberman was a really cool addition, I thought, because he kicks the bombs around like he does in the Bomberman series. So even if you feel like you're out of the crosshairs of the bomb, he could run by and kick them onto a ledge, and then when they blow up, you're hit with his bomb again. So it was a really cool way to have Bomberman included in Smash. I know people want him to be playable, but I thought that him causing havoc in the background was a really nice catch.
For sure. And overall, I gotta say, I really like the look of the game. Even like all the little atmospheric flares. Like when Bowser was stomping down, you saw the like smoke around him. Or when they slowed down time, there was all this like motion.
Timey-wimey, Doctor Who stuff. Timey, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
It was, like, it's beautiful. And it's nice that it, like, actually punches in so you can kind of see how beautiful it actually is. Because the level designs are really cool.
And I'm looking at everybody's talking in the chat about character selection. I main as Fox McCloud, but with Smash, I think I'm going to try a couple other characters out. They were talking about like rotating characters.
How dare you?
Well, there's a mode that they have where once you play as a character, like you whittle down the roster, but if you play as a character, the next round you can't touch that character anymore. So you'd have to be proficient you'd have to be proficient in other characters. So I think, in other games I've tried to beat it as every character, like at least once.
It forces you to try characters out that you probably wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah.
And I sometimes it's frustrating when that happens, but it's also nice because you get to learn that, hey, I like these other characters.
Well, that's what you've been doing, because Felia does not have a main in Smash Brothers
Help me
yet.
get my main,
So every time we play the demo, you've been the smart one by changing characters, and I've been trying to just show off as Fox, so I keep picking the one I know.
I tried Breath of the Wild Link, and I tried Zelda. At E3, I tried out the Inklings.
Yep, Mario's
Mario's
Yoshi?
pretty great.
I think you did Yoshi.
Back in the day, I used to play with Yoshi a lot. And Samus was my ultimate main back when, like, I was good at Smash Brothers back in, like, Melee days, which is ancient, I know. But I'm really looking forward to Ultimate to try to, like, get back into it. And you're really good, so it's going to be tough. You're going to have to give me, like, 5 minutes to get used to the controls.
We always joke about it because that's the problem. Like, I get really, like, once we play Smash, I'm into the game, but I forget that you don't know how to play. So when we start,
so you just kicks my butt, and
I chase after you, and then you go like, "Hey, can I learn the buttons?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't."
Go like beat up the punching bag if that's what you want.
Go stare at the sky and ponder as Fox, just like go run to the edge and look off.
But there was that one time you taught me how to play, and then I kicked your butt. Remember?
That was the Wii U.
That did happen.
Yeah, that did happen. Felia, that was Samus.
One time it did happen.
That was Samus. She wanted all the buttons, so I taught her the buttons, and when the match started, you whooped my butt. And I was like, that's what I get for teaching buttons.
That's what you get for teaching me the game. It's going to happen.
So I think so. Does anybody have any questions before we talk about our next game for Smash? Like I said, we've played a couple times between E3 and this, and I think the demos were pretty similar. And we've played it. I'm trying to think, because we played it at the appointment, our private appointment at E3, but we also played it on the showroom floor, and I think the showroom floor had GameCube controllers, but the appointment had Pro.
Yes.
So we have played Ultimate with the GameCube controller, and it felt like picking up.
It does feel better, yeah.
It feels better. It feels like, because especially if you're used to the controls, it feels like you're just picking up where you left off.
Well, I feel like the buttons are almost mapped to that controller. Like they're meant to be on that controller, because everything's like easily to access. Whereas on the Pro, you're having to like tap certain things or like.
There was two. I felt like there was like
different alternates.
The jump buttons in the Pro, there were like two jump buttons, and they felt out of place. I kept finding myself being like, okay, which one of the two top ones are the jump buttons?
Yeah,
like I
now
couldn't.
Jump. Yeah.
And then a lot of times, like in our Pro demos, you'll see us like on the side, like just jumping, jump twice, and then we run back into the fray. Cause it's like, let me see what button before I run in, what button. Like I don't even know what button Fox shoots his weapon, because every time I felt like I was pressing a button in the chaos of Smash with the Pro controller, I ended up jumping. Like I found that I felt like there was like every button was a jump button for some reason.
It also could be because the up, when you flick the up, you also jump. So it might be like a little tricky. It
felt odd, but I'm gonna give it a chance. I know we pre-ordered the special edition with the Smash Pro controller, so I will try with the Pro.
You better use it. We ordered it. You better use it.
But we also have the adapter that plugs in for the GameCube controller. So there is always a chance.
Lot of garbage right now. You're using it.
So
that's gonna be my way to try to get to actually win or like have some sort of chance in the fight. Because if you're trying to learn the controls, so am I.
I'm going to be playing as the Pokeball Plus. That's how I'm going to... I'm playing Smash with Pokeball Plus. I'm going to sit there and
using tilt controls.
Are you using tilt control? You're using the Mario steering wheel to play? So that's how
I'm using Labo.
It is going to be a mess. But we're really excited. Smash comes out on December 7th this year. So... It's again, that's
just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas. There is also a Smash. If you guys already saw, we talked about the Smash Pro controller. There is also a Smash bundle with the Switch where you have special Joy-Con and a special dock, and there was also one for Pokemon Pikachu and Eevee with a special dock and a special special Joy-Con on the side. So if you don't have a Switch yet, or you're looking to get a second one, those are options too.
Yeah, it's
big Christmas list this year, I think.
It's tough because I want the Pokemon one so bad. It looks so nice.
Hey, Flame Beacon.
Hi,
Welcome
Flame
to the stream.
Thanks for coming by.
So, it was really sweet because we ended the
our time allotment was over.
And there was one game Felia was dying to play, and that was fitness boxing.
And I gotta tell you, I was so excited about fitness boxing.
Well, we learned about it on the train ride in.
Yeah, we were
in the morning.
We were
got the press
just
release.
Scrolling through, and then we realized they announced fitness boxing, and I was like, "What?" Because as soon as the Switch actually came out, I was like, they need to make a Switch Fit game. Just like the Wii Fit game. We used the Wii Fit for a time. We used it, and it was so great. We were like actually seeing results, which was great. And I know we have followers on Twitter that's actually talked to us about using the Wii Fit as well and seeing great results with it. So I was like,
nice. With
Switch, it's gotta happen. Please let it happen sometime. So when we saw the fitness boxing, I'm like, yes, this is gonna be our thing. Hopefully this will be the closest thing that we can get to a Switch Fit.
Yeah.
So we went to the appointment and they walked us through. We demoed all the games and our time ran out. And the one that I was super excited about,
so sweet
fitness
that you asked. You were like, can we learn a little more about fitness boxing?
So I didn't want to be, I didn't want to inconvenience anybody, but I asked, like, is there any information at least, even though we can't play the game, is there any information that they could give us that we could share with you guys? Because a lot of times in these demos, they're, letting us play the games, but also walking us through little details that they want everyone to know about this cool new product.
Like we're doing now, they want us to convey to you guys what we were being told while we played as well.
Right. So I asked, is there any sort of information, at least, even if I can't get to play it, is there any information that they could give me? And I gotta say, thank you so much to Krista and everyone there for indulging me because they actually took a few minutes to let me play it.
Yeah.
I was super excited.
Well, I see I see Lord Dreg's going. So bye, Andy.
Bye,
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Out.
We're actually almost done ourselves.
Yeah, we're just going to chat about fitness
Thank
boxing.
you so much for joining, and hopefully we can all be Starlinking soon.
Yes, and fitness boxing.
Yes. So sorry. So yeah, so they said that they'll let us demo it.
So they let me demo it real quick. We didn't have too much time, but we got to actually see the game. Unfortunately, we couldn't do any capture.
Yeah, no capture. No, there's not even a trailer up right now. So we actually saw it moving, but there's only images on their website. I looked today to...
Yeah, but we could tell you a little bit about it. It was really cool because basically you just use your Joy-Cons in your hand and you're holding them in like your punching position. And there's all different kinds of modes. We only got to play a tiny little bit of it. And basically, like, you can choose different programs based on what you want to work out. And there's actually these little images that show, like, what move is working out on what. So it'll show, like,
this is my favorite
arms,
part. I thought this was...
Or your core or your butt.
There's actually like a butt symbol. They actually have a butt icon that goes along with like the arm, like you said, arm.
My best one.
And we were sitting there, and I said, I was like at the table. I said, "Is that a butt icon? Like, is
it
that
totally
like,
is.
so there's a butt icon, so if you want to work on your butt,
You gotta get those booty gains,
Yep.
am I right?
So I thought that was really helpful that it tells you what
Yeah.
what you could actually, if you want to target certain things, it tells you what you're targeting before you start your workout.
And it tells you how many calories you're expected to burn per each type of workout. And you can create all kinds of different lists based on what you want your routine to be. You can customize, like if you want something that's gonna work on your arms and also your butt, you can make like a program that has all of those in it.
It felt like a Wii Fit successor to me.
It did,
because it felt like kind of, if you're familiar with the Wii Fit series and the Wii U Fit, it really felt like it looked like that too a little bit. I mean, the trainers are customizable and the trainers don't look like the Wii Fit trainer, but when we were playing it, I was like, oh, it's pretty similar to Wii Fit, which I really thought was great.
Even has the calendar, so
yes,
you have a virtual calendar, which just like in the Wii U Fit games, you can stamp in the calendar which days you work out. It was really
see, Andy ran back in the yell. Andy heard arms, ran in and screamed, just scream arms because he loves arms, and he ran back to dinner.
Enjoy your dinner. I'm trying to think
Ryan,
what else.
It's a kick butt and take name routine.
That's right.
Well, they have the music library is they have licensed music now. No lyrics. It is all instrumental, but it's licensed music. So you actually pick.
And it's all like popular.
It's all popular music.
I think I was doing Aqua's Cartoon Heroes while I was trying it out. But there's that's a little bit older, but there's also newer songs as well. So all the popular stuff that we all, know and love is actually available, which I love.
And it sounded good. I
believe he said, like, as it goes through, you can actually unlock more and more songs. Yeah,
there's going to be a big library of music with it. And then you did the workout, which I thought was cool because they tell you, it kind of reminded me of like a Dance Dance Revolution type of screen. Like,
Definitely.
if you guys saw the screenshots, they have, it's like that scrolling thing where you have to time it right.
When you start up, it tells you like how to shift your body, where to put your feet, and then the moves actually scroll up the screen and get to the square point where once it locks in, that's how you determine if you're doing it perfectly, too late, too early. And it's really good because I only played like maybe 2 minutes or something, and after my heart rate was up, I was kind of out of breath because you're bopping back and forth. It's kind of like boxing.
You were. It was like jabs and swings, I think it was, right?
Yeah,
it was like jabs, swing, jabs, hook.
And hooks. That's the routine I did. And at the same time, you're also timing it with your bopping back and forth. So you're working on your heart rate. You're working on coordination and stamina. So it's like a real effective workout. I could totally see it burn calories and work as your workout, but you're actually playing a game.
See, Ryan's asking, was it silhouetted people on the screen? I think it was your trainer. It wasn't a silhouette.
Yeah.
Your trainer is on the screen, and you could customize your trainer by putting what they wear and what they look like, I think.
Yeah.
So your trainer is customized to your liking, and then your trainer's in the middle.
Like stands in the middle and just tells you, what to do, what's coming next.
Yes.
And gives you cues, kind of like they did in Wii U Fit.
There is also multiplayer in this, where you can actually play. You can actually go head to head and have like a boxing match type of thing. They were saying, like you could exercise together. So you'll see. I think in the screenshots.
Be fun for us.
Yes, I think because in the screenshots they show 2 different sides with the trainer in the middle, I believe. So basically, you'd be able to have a little routine with a friend. I don't know. We were trying to find out. Like Felia had asked about a meal plan situation. Like, do they have anything within the game that tells you like how to eat properly or what meals to eat?
Because I remember with the Wii U Fit, they had sort of like calorie goals that they would give you, especially with your Wii Fit meter.
Yeah.
You could kind of like gauge how much you're moving during the day, how many calories you're burning, and then subtract that from your calorie goal. And because our demo was so short, I actually didn't get to see any of that. But we did end up asking our reps about it, if there was any sort of diet program that they were going to couple with this. And as of right now, they really can't tell us more about it.
They have nothing else to say at the moment. Like they said that they would, and right now they have I guess it just basically is like information is trickling out right now. So we don't know for sure, but
confirm that it's very good cardio.
Yeah, it looked really good. I mean, because we played, you played the single player a little bit,
and the time goes by fast. So I will totally admit I hate cardio. Cardio is my worst enemy.
But you were working up a sweat.
I could see with this, it would be fun. You're not really focusing on the fact that you're working out. You're focusing on trying to time the things and get more points. So it distracts your mind from actually realizing whoa, I just did a serious workout.
Now, I don't know if there's going to be weight training type of deal, because I know with the Wii Fit, when we were doing the Wii Fit, when they tell you curl a water bottle or whatever it was, I would use a weight, but it wouldn't count against you for not using the Wii remote,
right.
So I don't know, hopefully there's ways where you don't need to curl a Joy-Con for it to register, or else you can't, because the Joy-Con weighs nothing. You're going to want to add weights if you want to get an effective workout
Unless
in. So
Nintendo uses this as an opportunity to do their line of weights.
Put a Joy-Con in a weight and
I'll buy it.
You never know. You never know.
It's like a control with your Joy-Con snaps into
They've made stuff like that before. I think third-party stuff.
I will do it. Start at 5 pounds though.
Now,
Can't go much
funny
higher.
enough, in what might be the perfect time to launch this game is January 4th.
Yes.
So right after all those New Year's resolutions are set, Fitness Boxing is hey, I'm going to be here to help you guys out with that goal.
So what you're telling me is I can eat cookies, chocolate chip cookies from now until then, and then start working out, right?
Yes.
I think you just want chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I think that's why it would be really helpful if there was some kind of guidance or any information about nutrition. Because, in my journey of trying to be healthy, I've really realized that, half of it is workout, but half of it is also eating healthy and eating the right thing. So it would be great. My hopes is that they actually have, even if it's a small section of kind of guides of what they would recommend if you're in a certain calorie bracket, what they would recommend you eating. I know maybe it wouldn't be appropriate, or maybe it's a liability to be a nutrition expert trying to tell you what to eat.
I don't know about that. It should be. I think it would be probably beneficial. I think
it would totally be beneficial. I really hope, that's my hope, that they would include a little bit of that. Because in Wii U Fit, they basically just gave you a calorie range, and then programs for you to burn the calories that you needed to burn. But it would be great if there was some guidance on how to eat healthier, what kind of foods might be good snacks, just ideas.
What another cool thing that we liked about the game is that it's you can take it handheld with you. So they were talking about if you're busy on the go, or if you want to do an exercise at work or what have you, you can actually just put it down, put it in with the kickstand, and then do your exercise with the screen. So unlike the the Wii Fit, where you would have to carry the balance board with you, and you would need a TV and all that stuff. You could literally just work out on the go. So you can actually work out wherever you want.
Especially in the summertime. If you want to be outside on the deck, or be outside in your backyard in the grass and kind of enjoy the summer and have some fresh air, you can actually do that at the same time as playing this game. So I'm really, really excited about it, and I can't wait to hear more about it.
So that is, those are the games that we played. Just to go over them one more time with you guys. We have I put them on the TV right now, our release dates. So we have to start with Diablo 3 is going to be coming out on November 2nd on the Nintendo Switch. That is going to include all of the DLC also. They said it's going to be MSRP for $60, but it includes all the DLC packs along the way besides the core game itself. So that's coming out on the 2nd. And then if you want to, we're going to jump ahead to November 16th, which is going to be Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, the Pokemon Switch bundle, and Civilization 6.
That's going to be a big day.
Then you also have Smash Brothers on the 7th of December to end the year on a Smash, and then start your New Year's resolution with Fitness Boxing. And I just noticed I forgot in a couple days is Starlink. Starlink's in a couple days.
I thought you were just saving the best for last.
I jumped right ahead to November.
I think you're already imagining that it's Tuesday.
We have it already. That's what I'm imagining. Yes, I'm imagining it's Tuesday already.
Don't forget Starlink. That's going to be a fun
Starlink one. Is Tuesday. And as we said, you could do co-op out of the box without having to buy anything else, which I think is great.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any questions, you could always reach out to us on Twitter, on YouTube, in the comments section.
Or in another stream.
Yes,
we're going to be here again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So
yes.
if you think of any questions between now and then, definitely come back and let us know.
And we'll do our best to answer them. And if we don't know them, we'll do our best to find the answers for you guys. So get those holiday lists ready. There's a lot of games. I know, that's pretty much our list, right?
All of them.
All of them.
Especially all of them.
So we're going to be back tomorrow playing a game with everybody. So we'll announce that on Twitter at NTDO Power Couple. We'll announce that tomorrow, what we're going to play. Tomorrow is Friday, right?
Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's
Happy
Friday.
Friday.
So we're ending the week.
Almost.
I think we'll have to play maybe a Mario Kart tournament with a prize.
Mario Kart or Mario Party? Yeah, Mario Kart. Let's do Mario Kart.
I think maybe Mario Kart. Would you guys want a free game tomorrow? We'll give away...
Free Game Friday.
All right, the Free Game Friday. Let's give away Retimed. We have a copy of Retimed, where you guys saw us play on the Nintendo Switch a couple weeks ago.
We'll play a little Retimed.
Yeah.
Play a little Mario Kart, and then give away a
so you get a copy of Retimed. So that'll be. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So before we go, thank you again so much to Nintendo of America for everything, for inviting us to this private appointment and letting us play all of these games and demo these games, and especially a super extra special thank you for letting me try out fitness boxing.
That was very nice of them. That was
very
really cool.
much appreciated. I know you guys were busy and you really didn't need to do that, and I really just appreciated that you took the little extra time to let me play it, because I've been so excited about it since I found out about it.
Yeah.
So it's the little things like that that makes you just love Nintendo.
Yes. So guys, remember, as always, gaming is better together. So until next time, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.
See you tomorrow.